Reading together builds relationships and it fosters emotional development. Megan Cox-Gurdon said that it gives a nourishing sense of togetherness. We have some new amazing picture books that you can read aloud to your child and have that togetherness on the couch or in bed, and just so you can snuggle up together and develop those bonds with a picture book. I'm almost always kind. I love these picture books from Usborne. They have these beautiful cutouts, just like I'm Not Very Afraid of the Dark. These cutouts on every page. And this sweet story is about a little girl who is learning how to be kind. Sometimes she is misunderstanding what it means to be kind, and she learns from her mom and her dad about what it means to put yourself in someone else's shoes and learn how to be kind. Really, really beautiful book. Move That Mountain. And if you've seen Room on Our Rock, this story shares two sides to every story. Move That Mountain features these little birds who have a seemingly insurmountable task of moving a killer whale off of the beach. They think that they can't do it, and it just doesn't seem like they can find a way. If you move back through the pages, you'll discover that just perhaps they may have found a way after all by believing in themselves and working together. I love these sweet stories. They're so unique. We have a new book to encourage kids to go back to school. You may recognize these funny animal characters from Class Picture when they all had to line up for a silly class picture. But these books help children through everyday events like going back to school in the fall. And these silly hedgehogs are going back to school. Ouch, no pushing, that's sharp. They talk about nervousness and what to do at lunchtime. Really great applications for when your child is headed back to school. Eric Odie has a new poetry book, Stop That Poem. If you're not familiar with his otters, snails, and tadpole tales, Poems from the Wetlands, you're going to want to check that one out too, with these beautiful watercolor illustrations, one of my favorites. Eric Odie playfully explores the fluid nature of poetry as these children are building a poem together, and the beautiful illustrations as they go through their neighborhood and build a poem. This is a really unique book, wonderful for language arts or literature classes. How do you make a rainbow? Many of us have been through storms this past year. This is a wonderful book to show your child that even in the midst of a storm, a rainbow can appear. This little girl asks her granddad, how do you paint a rainbow? And he tells her that a rainbow is made through hope and kindness, and even amongst the gloomiest days, a rainbow can appear. And then before you know it, arching through the clouds so high, you'll see a burst of color lighting up the gloomy sky. Beautiful book of love and kindness and color. We next have a new Phonics Reader. If you're not familiar with these hilarious and silly books, as you move through different phonemes and a lively tale. When Chameleon's uneasy and can't seem to think, her skin starts to turn to a deep shade of pink. And this chameleon is trying to be a comedian. We love our Phonics Readers. You can pick up one of our Phonics Readers collections that has 6 of these Phonics Reader softbacks in a hardcover edition, or you can even pick up our first Phonics Reading Library, which has 20 of these Phonics Readers, which is a great deal for your child as they're beginning to read. And lastly, I wanted to introduce you to Leo and the Octopus. This beautifully illustrated book is illustrated by Chris Nixon, who illustrated Lights Out Leonard about monsters at bedtime, as well as Pandemonia about some silly zoo animals who are trying not to wake up the ferocious panda, a fun play on the word pandemonium. Leo and the Octopus is about a wonderful, special little boy named Leo who is on the autistic spectrum, and he discovers that octopuses are different too. And he is able to emotionally bond with the octopus as he learns about one of the Earth's most astonishing creatures in the octopus. He learns how they calm down and when they're angry. And this book is a great book to talk about feelings. And also at the end, he even learns how to make a special friend. Really, really sweet book as he learns how to make sense of the world around him. Whether you're able to read aloud to your child or have them read on their own, our children will thrive when they have books in their hands that they can love and enjoy.